Dr. Arti. Welcome to National Dynamic Medical Student Summit 2021.
Hello, Dr. Sachin. Nice to meet you.
Same here, Dr. Arti. So, Dr. Arti, you have been working in government upgraded primary health center for past 6 years, right? So, being in this particular area of work, right? No, why did you choose to be in this particular area of work as a career?
Okay. Usually, upgraded health centers it will be located in urban area. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't expect it to be in a rural setup.
Mm-hmm.
It usually be in a urban setup where the population is more.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, you have to have your knowledge should be good enough to experience all sort of cases because you can get any kind of cases. And usually, upgraded health centers, it's considered to be like what to say, second level care centers compared to primary health centers.
Mm-hmm.
So we should have well knowledge about all the complicating cases like mostly maternity cases only will be coming. So we
Okay.
should be able to manage even some minor complications where the primary health centers can't manage.
Mhm. I got that. So this
Okay.
is more of
Yeah.
no little complex cases is where you look into
Not
this.
much,
Not
not
much.
much,
Yeah.
but yeah, and
Yeah.
where we'll be having a facility. Upgraded centers usually have a theaters attached, like
Mm-hmm.
where you can go for an LSES.
Mm-hmm.
Obstetrician will be there and anesthetist will be there. So there, even if you can't do if there's an emergency, we can even take for an emergency LSES also. But in
Mm-hmm.
case it should be it's always restricted. Uh, Still, it is like I thought like you'll get more knowledge if you work in some higher center like upgraded centers or it
Got that.
shows a
So
upgraded center. Experience,
right,
you can earn a lot of experience.
experience there. Right. So
Yeah.
looking into the no career pathway, being in this particular area of as a medical officer, right, and heading the entire process there. So what are the positive aspects of this particular career choice which you have taken?
Mm, Positive. Like you're asking about upgraded center or like a government job. What is the positive aspects of
Yeah, the government job.
government
Yeah.
job you're
So the
asking?
job profile which you are in now.
Obviously, government sector, the
Hmm.
salary is
Yes.
you can't expect. Yeah, like in a private hospitals, the doctors are not even like for MBBS doctors, the salaries are
Hmm.
very less. Even they're getting paid less than an engineer or an IT profession.
Hmm. Hmm.
But in government sector, it's not like that. Our salary is quite reasonable and good. And
Okay.
of course, is we can get all those CLs, what is a government holidays and all
Yeah.
those things.
Hmm.
But in private hospitals, you can't expect that. Even if you take a leave, your salary is going to get cut on that one day.
Hmm. Hmm.
In some hospitals are like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like work stress is more in a government sector compared to a private hospitals. Work stress in the
Hmm.
sense like in a government sector, the doctor is getting more easily in a contact with the patient or even with the patient neighbor, whomever they usually the patients will come to that area government hospital. So obviously they'll be knowing that particular doctor for many years, and it's a common that's actually a good thing also. The doctor will get recognized once you do your job well, and if you treat the patients well now you'll get a good recognition, and they like to come to you only how much ever they are far away or whatever they'll come seeing to see you. But in other cases, even the same patient, if some problem happens, right, we are under direct risk compared to a private hospital or nursing home, according to my opinion. Direct risk. The positivity is like positivity is same. Yeah, only the salary part I feel positive in a government aspect. But as I feel it's more riskier compared to a private hospital. you would have seen many cases, right? You would have seen in some social media, doctors are getting beaten up by the patient side and all those things. It's more common in a government hospital compared to a private sector, because at least in a private sector, most of the time doctors won't come in direct communication to the relatives. But in a government sector, doctors come in a direct communication with the relatives now, so it's little bit riskier. You have to have little more patience to explain the situation to them. It's quite riskier
Got that.
also.
So basically, you're telling one of the perks of being in the government setup is, of course, the good pay scale which every doctor gets there, and of course,
Yeah,
you get to get exposed to a lot of patients, clinical exposures, right? And yes, you get to treat a lot of patients, and that satisfaction is also there.
yeah.
So apart from
And
that,
one more thing is, we are the decision makers.
oh, so yes.
uh, the best part is we are the decision makers. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you go for a corporate hospital, some point you are in a situation to be pushed up to do some test which is really not required.
Mm-hmm.
As a doctor, I'm telling you have to do some tests or some investigations which is not required that for the patient. But I feel here we are the decision makers, so mostly we'll go for the basic test. With that itself we'll diagnose, and later on if we need it only we'll go for the higher test. But when you go for a private hospital, even if you want to be a doctor, someone is there sitting above your head controlling you. That's what I feel. Here we are the
Great.
decision makers. In
So
my field I'll be
you
the decision makers.
Right. So you being the decision maker and making a right choice for the patient, which is more affordable, and so that brings the patient first concept, and the more into patient centric care. Okay, where you're looking into. I think that's,
Yeah,
and also you mentioned you are the decision maker. That means you are leading the entire thing. You be the entire leader and the responsible person of that particular center. So yeah, wonderful. I think that's a wonderful
of course.
responsibility. Great. And being in an area of your own hometown, you also get to see your own people everywhere, inside the hospital and also outside where you walk around. I got
Yeah,
that. Great. So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's a positive
yeah.
part. And also you mentioned some disadvantages or the cons of being in a government sector. We're more vulnerable for the angry mob type of situation.
Yeah,
I get that. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
with the government little regulations, hope we see some better changes there.
yeah.
So other than that, it looks perfectly good and great. What wonderful insight into that. I think we got in there. Okay, so what are the career? See, as soon as you finished your MBBS, what are the, when did you take the decision to get into this particular career choice?
My parents are doctors. They are both are government doctors. So
Mm-hmm.
like we know, right, from childhood onwards, I know how this job will be. Of course, it will be hectic, and being in a government job, more than a doctor, you have to be what to say. Apart from doctor, also there's a lot of responsibilities
Mm-hmm.
for a doctor. More than treating a patient is also there, and apart from that, we have to be administrator also in a government hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Treating a patient is a part and administration is a part.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have seen from my childhood onwards, I have seen both of my parents in a government sector, and like I thought it would be a good like doing service for the people who really need it. Actually, for that reason only, I chose a government job, and yeah, fine. That's the thing.
You got that. So, and you also
Mainly
mentioned
experience,
mainly
lot of
experience.
experience we can. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And you also mentioned there's a good pay scale. What is an average no, scale for a payment a doctor in the government sector could look forward to?
Initially, some 2 years back, if you take the pay scale for a government doctor was less compared to
Mm-hmm.
a private hospital doctor. We
Mm-hmm.
were getting just 30 in our hand.
Mm-hmm.
2 years back, just 2 years back, when you join as a fresher, you'll be getting just 30,000 in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
The same, I think, in a private sector also, but recently some pay scales they have given, so we are getting some 50 to 60. fine initially, but the pay scale will start increasing once your work experiences goes on. Like for
Mhm.
every 8 years, you have a increase in your pay scale. Every 8 years,
Mhm.
every 8 years of your service.
Wow, that I got that. Right, wonderful.
Yeah.
So looking into the no, we would like to know more about your experience as an no, as a
Okay.
doctor and post, and why did you choose actually the no being in what was your prioritization to take this particular career choice?
Prioritization is the main thing is service, and one more thing, you I earned a good interpersonal relationship. How you should maintain an interpersonal relationship to a patient. That I learned after coming to a government service. So that was a good thing. You want me to know like why I chose this job? You're
Yeah, so
asking
the
that?
I think the one area which you mentioned was work-life balance. So what is the work-life balance where you made the choice?
Okay. No, I was no, I was left with this only option. So I took this pathway, and one thing was like if I want to be go for a private job or something, no, we have to sacrifice our family a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Here, not like that. It's going to be some particular time of work only, not more than like morning some 10 to 4 or 9 to 4 job. Then afterwards, if you're going for a night shift, that also will be like timing only, not you're not going to go for an extra thing. So rest you can manage your family.
Got
uh,
that. So you
like
mentioned like
work balance is
yes. So no, we'd like to know more of your an experience. Like you after post MBBS, you did move towards taking a specialization, and you were very happy currently with
yeah.
being a medical officer of a upgraded primary health center. Could you just give how would all this
How do
happened
I be
and
satisfied with this job?
Mhm.
That's what you want to know.
Yeah.
Obviously, a doctor is a doctor. Whatever you do, it's an MBBS or like MBBS plus plus plus. A
Hmm.
doctor is a doctor,
Hmm.
and we can learn only the only profession where you can keep on learning is the doctor profession. So
Hmm.
uh, here it's going to be the same only, but when you talk to the people, make them feel better, that gives a positive vibe to us to continue this job. Mainly that was the thing. Job satisfaction kind. Okay, I never felt that I'm just an MBBS. I always feel I'm a doctor. That is because of my job satisfaction, which the patients give me back. That we will get only if we think the patient as our own person who what to say. We should treat them. If we treat them well, we'll get the job satisfaction. Whatever, even if you do MBBS or like whatever PG, it depends upon how we treat the patient. The thing is like communication, interpersonal relationship between the doctor and the patient, that holds a very good thing. And
And
obviously,
no, you too. You also conduct deliveries, and you had a key interest in
yeah.
the area of pediatrics. So how is that happening? Could you just share light on that?
Actually, when I was doing my MBBS, I'm really scared to do conduct deliveries or not. I'm really scared of deliveries actually. But when I chose my profession, it feels good when we conduct a delivery, and when we resuscitate a baby, and when the baby cries, we feel so satisfied that we are saving a life.
Hmm.
That first cry, na, it is the
Hmm.
beginning of the life.
Life.
So yeah, so
Right.
so that getting the first cry for the baby is that gave me a big satisfaction. So like I'm not telling like all the deliveries needs resuscitation. At times among like some 12 among 30 after 30 deliveries, one delivery they need a resuscitation or
Mhm.
something. So when we do that, and when the baby cries and it survives, that gives a big satisfaction. And when the patient mother or someone, they would have seen us so many years back, after 6 or 7 years, still they remember we would have forgot about them, like we conducted the delivery. But when the patient, when the baby's mother, she herself, if she says, do you remember me, you only conducted the delivery and you only made my baby cry, which was a complicated delivery, that gives a very good satisfaction. Yeah, okay, I'm a doctor. I feel that gives a lot of satisfaction. So it's saving. It is also a part of saving a life. So what I have seen, generally people think like working in a government sector, they just go to the hospital, sit, come back. But that's not true. It's there, but here you have to have more patience to be a government doctor. You need lot of patience, lot of patience. If you have patience, then only you will get your job satisfaction. It's not just earning the money, it's getting a name that you're a doctor. You are a doctor. A good doctor means I'm getting it from my patient, from a patient. That's the main thing. That's the main satisfaction I'm having. So solely I'm not thinking of the other part of life. I'm like, this is like, okay, fine, good.
Got it. So
And
that's
we are doing the need for the people who really can't afford. Some, mainly, like, there are so many people who don't have even their husband also. They themselves come, and any one of their neighbor will come to conduct delivery or not. But at that time, we feel like, okay, we can stand nearby them as their sister or something, and give the hope for them that you're going to deliver well and your kid is going to come out well. So that gives a good satisfaction for me. Mainly conducting deliveries gives me a lot of satisfaction.
wow. No,
Actually,
seriously,
I don't like OG. I don't like OG, but I started loving that.
got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. No, seriously, when I look into no, not only your words, the expressions, the way of being you are right now when we are discussing, it really inspires me. The work which you're putting up there, and also taking up this career pathway, and no, in par with giving a lot of time for the family, standing for the family, right?
Yeah.
So that's the priority which you're chosen, so that you can give a lot of time for the family, and that's where you are. So you've gone to the government. You've been a medical officer in a government primary health center. So in
Yeah.
balancing the work and also the life in parallelly,
Yeah.
and that's a great, and I'm really inspired by the work and the happiness I could see from your face in the satisfaction which you're getting by what you're
Thank
doing.
you.
Really, it
Yeah.
inspires me.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Dr. Anvi, for sharing that. So now going ahead,
Thank
we
you.
would have a lot of doctors who would be passing out. Not that everyone would like to get into a specialty, right? There are a lot of you would be very well versed with. There are a lot of situations as soon as you finish your MBBS, which may come across that you may have to not choose a specialty and prioritize an area of your life which is more important than being
Yeah.
in a specialty, right? So there will be multiple reasons. Anything could that be. Okay, so there are students who would be in that particular zone. Okay, and in that terms, you being having that experience, sacrificing some years of your life for the family, taking care of the kids, being so very supportive there, and then also getting in the government sector, being a medical officer, bringing in change for the community where you live in. What would be your guidance for the upcoming doctors who are having challenges, who cannot get to specialty, and what would be a guidance on them to take on with their MBBS in the future?
Okay. As I said before, doctor has to learn throughout their life.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be a student.
Mm-hmm.
If they are a student, then only they can be a good doctor, according to
Mm-hmm.
me. uh, like I've completed my MBBS, but still, I'll get some knowledge about the new things which is coming in our medical field. So main thing is like we should feel confident about ourselves. As a doctor, the main part is we should feel confident. I'm a doctor. I can treat a patient who's coming to me. That's the main concept which we have to get registered in our mind.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the main thing is the confidence, and the second thing is like you have to keep on refreshing your knowledge about like the new concepts or medicines, whatever it is. We have to keep on refreshing. So if these two things are there, we can shine how whatever we want as MBBS also, and as a PG doctor also. We can shine. And one more thing, we should have more patience as a doctor. First thing, to become a good doctor is to listen to your patient. You shouldn't speak to your patient. Just
Mm-hmm.
stop asking the patient the question. Just leave them some time, some 10 minutes, so that he will say all his problems. It can be psychological or real problems, but we should give them 10 minutes at least to convey to us. These three things are main to be a good doctor. I feel. If we have all these three things, we can we'll get more job satisfaction, and you can earn good patients, not money wise. It always, I feel like if you want to run a private clinic, not going to a corporate hospital, two things you have to have is a good doctor patient relationship. Then only you can start a private clinic and you get good pay, like good amount of patients. Then only you have to think of like earning money. So earning money should come at last. First is like you have to have confidence on yourself, and second thing is you have to keep on learning whatever it is. It can be like ENT, medicine, OG, pediatrics. Just we can learn. See, even I wanted to do PG, but I was in a situation where I can't do a PG. Like uh, for my family situation was like that. So initially I felt bad I couldn't do a PG. Then only I thought like what a doctor means, you have to gain knowledge, right? So I started gaining knowledge. How much ever I can, I'll gain my knowledge. So it will be helpful in my profession. Main is confidence and then gaining knowledge, and main is like you need a lot of patience to listen to your patient.
Great. I
First,
think the key word
yeah,
which I can take it is have patience to listen to your patients, right? So that's
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that amazing. As a doctor, I feel that's the most important thing, because normally what in a corporate setup or a busy setup, we as a doctor we just keep talking to patients and not listening, and we again interrupt the patients when they talk. So
yeah,
that's a very wonderful message,
yeah.
Dr. Artin, and the way
Uh,
you have put up the key skills for a doctor to be the confidence, knowledge, upgrading, the communications, and the listening for the patients. I think I could see a wonderful doctor you are for your community there, and I'm really happy for
Thank
you
you.
being here. And I think really it would inspire a lot of doctors who are watching this, and those who doctors who are having those certain situations where they cannot get into a super specialty. I think you would inspire many lot of them nationally. For them, you would be a source of inspiration. Thank you so much, Dr. Arti, for being here,
Thank you,
and
thank you.
really appreciate that.
And I want to say one more thing is like I'm standing here as a good doctor is first because of my parents. My after my parents, actually I have achieved only after my marriage. So my family, you should have a good family also to be a good doctor. Mainly your spouse, your children. Actually, if I want to do my work, I'm working in a government setup still. Sometimes we we have to, you can't say no, my time is done, I can't come, I have to come back. If there's an emergency or there's a need, you have to be there, or at times at night you have to go for an on call. So obviously it's my husband who gave me a lot of support, and he has given me a space to make me feel a good doctor. So the other advice is like, you have to maintain your family life also, then only you can be a good doctor too. The last thing.
Great. Really, we got your acknowledged for your mother, father, and your husband, and also children, because they also have to give you time and space for the busy work which you are in.
I can't say like I'm dedicated. I'm doing dedicated work for them. I should actually say they are sacrificing their life for me, because they understand a lot. In some situations, like I have to leave my son in a daycare, then only I can go for my job. If I'm late, he'll be staying alone in a daycare, and he used to understand. Okay, mom, I can understand your situation. So that also made me to feel a good doctor. My family.
Great. Really,
we
again,
have to feel we are a doctor first. We have to
Wonderful.
feel I'm a doctor. Just leave MBBS or like PGs. We should feel I'm a doctor. That's the best thing. If you feel that, you can achieve a lot as a doctor.
One. Really, I'm moved by what you have shared, and really acknowledge for you for coming here and sharing your life and experience with us. Thank you, Dr. Arti, for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sajjan, for choosing me. And like I'm really happy to interact with you and to share my feelings. I've never shared this feeling to anyone else, but I'm really happy. I'm really happy, and I feel it will be helpful for others also.
Your video is off. Yeah.
It will be helpful for upcoming doctors also. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much.
Isn't this valuable to know the career pathway of a specialist? Hear from experiences of 50 plus consultant doctors from across India. Get an insight into 22 plus medical specialties and make an informed career decision which will shape your future. Join India's first of a kind online medical specialty summit exclusively designed